Shalom, this is Rabbi Shaul Praver. Welcome to Rabbi Rock. It's great to have you here again. Shalom. Today we're going to speak about music from a Torah perspective, as the Torah, the Bible, speaks of music and the power that it has. You know, music is taking an expression that we say, perhaps just in a monotone way or just a straight way, and it's giving more vibration to it, giving more power to it. You know, it's all the way that you say a word. You could say, I love you, or you could say, I love you, or more, or you could sing it. And when we hear, let's say, a love song, whether it's a song of love to God, whether it's a song of love to a person, when it's in a melody, it has such a real impact to it. Sometimes kids don't even know, with the music that we hear today, they can't even hear the words that are being sung, but it's the musical impact which really is interesting to them. So that the music has a power, and all the more so, in my opinion, when you have a song, when you can hear the words actually, and the music fits as a way of expressing the music, is very powerful, very powerful. The Torah, which we read every week, is sprinkled with cantillation markings, and these are called ta'amei hamikra, the tastes or the flavors of the verses. So we don't just read, and God spoke to Moses saying, no, we don't do it that way. We say, Vayedaber Moshe b'nei Yisrael, and God spoke to the Jewish people saying, or whoever he was speaking to. If he was speaking to the children of Noah, speaking to the whole world. But we say it with expression. Ta'amei hamikra, the flavor of the verses. Music is the spice of life. It creates meaning in our world. It creates beauty, tiferet, gadlut, greatness. If you just saw a person, you wouldn't know if he was really exalted and blessed and intelligent. But when you see an orchestra or a choir singing with all of their instruments harmonized with one another and all the parts just woven in so beautifully to create a masterpiece, then you know that it's true that what the Torah says, that God breathed the spirit of his own spirit into humanity. That humanity has a divine spirit, and this divinity, the sacredness of a person, is expressed through music in the most exalted way. And that's why in the temple of King Solomon, music was the way that we worship God. The Levites would stand with their harps on the steps. This is called Sharei Kinor, and they would play and sing the Psalms of David. And David was called the sweet singer of Israel. And he'd go out into the woods someplace, and he'd take his little harp, and he'd play, and he would sing the praises that he felt. If he saw the birds singing and singing their songs and moving across the sky, whatever he saw, he incorporated into his song, and he opened his whole heart to God, and he left for us a great legacy, and that's called the Book of Psalms, that David wrote just this way, strumming on the harp and letting his heart flow out in song. All of the world, all of the universe sing praise to the Almighty, their Creator, like a grass that recognizes, a blade of grass recognizes the sun, which way to grow. All of humanity, all of life itself, in a innate fashion, in a natural fashion, return to God in song. And that's why song is a great redemption. All the great redemptions of Israel were always followed with song. After the crossing of the Red Sea, Miriam took up the drum and the timbrel and had all of the women exulting and with jubilation and song and great simcha, great joyousness. And Moses also led the people in song. There was a great king by the name of Chizkiyahu. He was a king of Israel, and they say about him he was so great that he had educated the whole generation that he, in his day, that even a small child knew the most intricate laws of the Talmud, of the Torah. They knew all of the great levels of wisdom, which perhaps we would think only an older person would be able to grasp. But they say about him that his soul could have been the Mashiach, and he could have redeemed the world at that time, but he was lacking one characteristic, and that was a characteristic of song. He didn't have the gift and the beauty of singing to the people and exalting God through song. The Kabbalah, the mystical literature, speaks about a great and exalted place in heaven, that there is a gateway that can only be opened up in that place through a song, through the right song. Song is a vibration, and it brings great comfort and peacefulness, literally harmony, to people. And when people sing together, it creates a great harmony and blessing amongst people. I personally believe that it's through the gift of song that we'll be able to bring humanity closer, because the song opens up hearts, and the song opens up the world to love, respect, and the beauty, really, of life. So that's my 2 shekels, as they say, on the power and beauty of music. We're going to have a really fabulous guest here, so stay right where you are, and we're going to hear from him. He's a man of song. Shalom. Shalom, welcome. We're very blessed to have a wonderful guest here with us today. His name is Mr. Jon Noyse, and he's one of the very prominent music educators here in the Fairfield County. Fairfield has hundreds of students and has shared his gift of music with so many people. It's really great to have you here, Jon.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Welcome. I first met you at the winter concert. You invited me. I think actually I saw you at the Holocaust observance, the community observance, and I sang a little bit. We schmoozed a little bit, and then shortly after you invited me to sing in the winter concert. And I was really very impressed with your work and the wide variety of music that you had represented there. So I know that it's a little unusual. Not everybody is, sharing music of African American, African music, Jewish music, Christian music, all of the kinds of music. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got so diversified?
Well, folks who I have studied with, outstanding music teachers who I have studied with, and also national organizations, national music educators organizations, advocate that a good music education gives kids a wide variety of repertoire, a varied repertoire from many different cultures, many different styles, and so really I'm just trying to give the kids an experience that starts with music closer to home,
sure.
American folk music, the Western classical music,
sure.
but then to branch into the some of the ethnic groups that we have in the area.
Okay.
And then it's also a way for them to learn about the world, to learn about the world at large and learn about various cultures. So
That's
through
great.
the music, the children learn about the world.
That's great. Now, tell us a little bit about the African music, the real stuff. I know there's African American music, which is, of course, beautiful, and we are all more familiar with that. But what about the African music? What are some of the songs that you've done and all that?